the trend. So we know what the ionization energy is to remove an electron from the atom or ion. So the trend actually goes along with the trend that I still have up here for Z effective nuclear charge. So it's not the same up or down, but the explanation is the same for the trend. So let's go across a row first. So when you go across a row, so again, across a row means across a row on the periodic table. So as you go across that row, the ionization energy is going to increase. Increasing means it's going to take more energy to remove that electron as you go across a row. The reason why is because the Z effective increases. So remember, Z effective is the effective nuclear charge. The nucleus is positive, so the higher that Z effective is, the stronger that nucleus is pulling in on those electrons. So even though there's some shielding, when you go across the row, it's still increasing because it's pulling in more for the more positive nucleus. So the more positive the nucleus, the more those electrons are pulled in. So think about if they're pulled in more, the nucleus is holding on to them more. So it's going to take more energy to pull one of those outer electrons off of it. So that's the energy, is to actually remove that electron. How hard is it to remove? It depends on how large or small that effective nuclear charge is. And then over here, and you can relate this back up to this part of the board, so if you want to pause it, you can look back up here. Down a column on the periodic table, so if we're going down any of these columns, and there's certain exceptions to this, a couple elements, but we're not going to talk about those. But the general trend is, as you go down a column, the ionization energy is going to decrease. It means it takes less energy to remove an electron as you go down a column. So this is because as you go down a column, the effective nuclear charge is decreasing. And it's decreasing because as you go down a column, even though the number of protons is increasing, that distance for the outer electrons is increasing even more because you're getting larger and larger ends or shells. So the Z effective is decreasing, less pull from the positive nucleus. If it's not pulling as much, if it's not pulling those electrons and holding them in, then it doesn't take as much energy to pull them off. And that's the ionization energy, is the energy to remove one of those electrons.